Have you ever seen someone win a pageant with a face like this? I'm not talking about Asian, I'm talking about not really smiling. Well, smiling makes a complete difference. Your face does most of the talking. In fact, a lot of what you're going to be scored on is all nonverbal. Today's video is all about smiling. These are questions I get oftentimes from clients all over the world. They're asking me, what's the best way to smile throughout perhaps a 3-hour competition? How long do you smile? And what's the most sustainable and authentic way to keep that smile so that the judges can't take their eyes off of you? Well, you're in the right place because we're going to discuss that right now. The thing about smiling is that it's the most powerful way to convey nonverbal communication. The judges are looking for someone who is enthusiastic, who is energetic, and someone who is engaging. And since you can't have a conversation with every single judge once you're on stage, that is your way to demonstrate that you are deserving of that crown and that you are present and happy to be there. The key to being able to maintain a smile throughout an entire show is to have some variation when you smile. Obviously, the big plastered grin, that's something that you can probably train into muscle memory and then forget about, but that ends up looking a little fake. So add some variation. Don't be afraid to raise an eyebrow or two, to smile different sizes. You can go from a big smile, you can close your mouth, you can go to a bigger smile, you can close your mouth. But no matter what, always have the corners of your mouths upturned. You should always be smiling in some way. Play around with your facial expressions. You shouldn't only have 2 modes. No smile, smile. No smile, smile. That's too binary. You need to have a bit of a language, some smiling vocabulary, so to speak. So you should have that big happy grin for when that crown is on your head. Ah! You can also have a bit more of a sultry smile. You have the smile with the corners of your mouth upturned, but no teeth. There's also the smile with a little bit of teeth. Another important area to think about is eye contact. Who are you looking at? The judges are the ones who you really want to woo, but there are also audience members and there are also photographers. One thing I noticed is a lot of contestants will look at the judges, but sometimes if you're just staring at them with a smile that's not changing, it just looks kind of creepy. You're like, mix it up a little bit. Just like you're mixing up your expression, you want to mix up where your eye contact goes. It just makes you look more confident and it shows that you're just a living, breathing human and not a robot. So take a deep breath, look at everyone else who is looking at you. Spend a majority of the time on the judges, but don't forget about making sure that your eyes also tell a story. One tip I learned the hard way is that sometimes photographers are given the seats closest to the stage. So what that means is that when you're on stage and you're looking into the photographer's camera, your eyes can look closed. Make sure to look far. Look farther out because then your photos look like you're looking like this and not like this. Especially if y'all are Asian, you know you need every single amount of help you can get to make those eyes look a little bigger. So look out into the audience, otherwise your photos will look like this. When in reality, you're just looking down. Hey guys, yeah, don't photograph me up my skirt, thanks. So what are the different types of smiles? There is the smile with no teeth, the small smile with a little bit of teeth, and then the toothy grin, which is probably what 70% of your time on stage will be, that big smile. How do you know what smile looks best on your face though? Well, the only way to find out really is to film yourself and to photograph yourself. The pitfall is that what feels the best or is most comfortable might not necessarily be the most flattering for your face. So, for instance, in my case, I don't think small smiles look too good. They feel good because it's a little less muscle activation and I can hold it for longer. But my face just looks better with a big smile. And I know that because I have watched videos of myself. I have taken selfies even. Small smile, big smile, and my face just looks better with a bigger smile. So understand what that is for you. When you're smiling genuinely and authentically, how you can really tell is that people have little fine lines right here by their eyes. And the judges, they might not know your face super well or be familiar with you, so some might be able to tell that you're smiling authentically, right, with the eyes. And others might not be able to tell. But that's just a little tip for you to start to recognize for yourself if you're really smiling or not. If you're happy and you're laughing, usually the muscles near your eyes will activate and they'll squint a little bit. If you're on stage for a long time and you're just tired, it's okay to smile from your nose down and relax your eyes. See it? This is relaxed eyes, not super authentic smile. And then when I find something really funny, my eyes come into play. See the difference? It's like smile, authentic, genuine, and then relaxed. So some people think they look better with a faker smile, where they're not necessarily making themselves laugh inside, so they can relax their eyes and their eyes look bigger. But if you look at most crowning pictures, the eyes are engaged, the crinkle comes in, and that authentic smile is really obvious. This is why for crowning pictures, it's always like, or there's definitely the, This is what is authentic or not. This is how you can tell if someone's really smiling for real. But Crystal, how do I make my daughter smile more? How do I become that authentically happy person on stage in an environment that is unfamiliar and a little scary, a little uncomfortable? And the answer is you have to think like an actor. You want to pull into your memories your own experiences, times, moments, jokes, things that make you smile. It could be a funny story that you share with your parents. It could be the time that you laughed so hard you almost peed your pants. Take that and use that to fuel your expression. No one really knows what you're thinking when you're on stage. So whatever it is that gets you to smile and be happy in that moment, if it works for you, use it. One of the greatest ways to practice is right in front of a mirror. You get that immediate feedback for yourself. If you also set up a camera and film and record your performance, being able to watch that, it might seem kind of uncomfortable in the beginning, but it will be so good for you. It's basically the pageant prep equivalent of eating your vegetables. Most people are very uncomfortable watching themselves, hearing themselves, but girl, you just have to get over it because it's a tool at your disposal. Use it, watch the footage, be honest with yourself, and that will make you better. That's the only way you're gonna get good at anything in life. Just practice. Another thing to practice is to smile in public. Smile when you're at the grocery store. Be generous with your smiles. Smile at the cash register, smile at the bank teller, smile at your coworkers. If you're at an event, a gala, you're volunteering, you're at church, smile, smile, smile. The more you do it, the more organic, the more natural, and the happier you'll be because there exists this thing called the facial feedback hypothesis, and this has been studied. And in summary, what it says is that the act of smiling makes you happy. So even if you're not having a great day and you're in your room and you're in a huff, smile and see if that will lift your mood. It's actually been proven. I've done it myself, and I will have to say it does work. Smiling is like any other muscle group. The more you work out that muscle group, the stronger it gets. It's like doing bicep curls. If you do more bicep curls, the larger your bicep becomes and the stronger it becomes. Now, oftentimes you see pageant pros who have been smiling for hours on end and they really don't seem phased at all. Whereas if you're new and your muscles aren't particularly strengthened and built up yet, you'll start to have a bit of a shake towards the end, like I would practice in the shower. It was my safe refuge where no one would judge me for making weird facial expressions like a weirdo. Do it anytime and any place that you can, because the more you work these muscles, the better they'll get. The longer you smile, the longer you'll be able to hold it when you're in that pageant. So the way to build up stamina, in summary, is just to smile, and smile anytime you can, in public and in private. All right, let's talk about stamina now. Now, stamina is important because you will have a pageant that's sometimes 2 or 3 hours long. You may have had rehearsals the day of. You'll have photos at the very end of the night. So knowing how to smile for a long time and working up to that is very important. First thing is you should always be smiling before you walk on stage. It doesn't start when you're out in the spotlight. It starts before you step out of the wings. And the reason why you need to smile at all times is because you have audiences, you have auditors, you have people watching who are on the very edges of the auditorium. And that means that they see what the judges don't. They have that vantage point seeing your face before you walk out to center stage. When you're turning, you also need to smile the entire time. It can become tempting to let your smile go when your back is to the audience because you're thinking, oh, no one can see my face. But that's not true. They can always see, and they will see your expression changing. It's also sometimes more work to smile, not smile, and smile than it is just to maintain a smile or a small smile. Exhibit A, this is what you don't want to do. Okay? Exhibit B, this is what you do want to do. You see how the smile was maintained the entire time, and there at no point was there an expression change. That's just the way the pros do it. The professionals smile at all times on stage, and you should be doing that also. And lastly, I'd recommend a couple of tactical steps. Whiten your teeth. You can do Crest white strips. You can ask your dentist. There are lots of inexpensive options out there that are also safe. I'd also recommend exfoliating your lips. Just get rid of that dead skin. You can use a scrub, a brown sugar. I use the back of an old toothbrush, and that just helps your lipstick lay a little bit more flat, and it also lengthens the amount of time that you can wear your lipstick because stuff isn't flaking off. I'd also recommend using a lip color that is of a cooler tone. There are cool tones and then there are warm tones. The cool tones tend to be true reds, mauves, plums, berry shades, and they will bring out the blue in your teeth. Warmer tones would be lipsticks that are corals, orange-based lipsticks. On stage, I find that they can kind of bring out like the yellow in your teeth. So we obviously don't want yellow teeth, so I'd highly recommend you going with a cooler toned lipstick. That'll make your teeth look a little bit brighter. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it made you smile. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe for future content. Leave a question, leave a comment. I am more than happy to answer your questions. I am here for you. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.